Hello everyone and welcome back for another episode of Hearthstone Ladder Climb. My name is Ikkaris, this is Ikkaris Gaming, and today is episode 12 of our series where we are taking a look, reviewing my Hearthstone gameplay as I try to climb all the way to Legend. Now today we are running our Deathrattle Hunter again, and we're matched up against Rogue. Now, one thing right off the bat that we need to be anticipating is that aggro decks and especially Odd Rogue are extremely popular on ladder right now. So we're kind of mulliganing to try to counter aggro decks. And sure enough, we can see Baku shows up there, letting us know right away that this is indeed Odd Rogue, which makes it great that we were able to get Giggling Inventor. The goal now is going to be able to survive up until turn 5 to be able to just, again, to stay alive basically long enough to be able to win the game. We also get Deathstalker Rexxar, which is a good anti-aggro tool, dealing 2 damage to all enemy minions when you play the card. Again, the goal is just to be able to stay alive. Now, what's interesting about this deck is that turn 1, they played Feral Gibber, which you don't typically see very often. Kind of an interesting card is, when it attacks face, it adds a copy to the player's hand. We didn't really have any tools to deal with it, so luckily we were able to draw Candleshot there to be able to clear it. Now, we do know that it has one in hand, that our opponent has one in hand, rather. Another thing that we're kind of concerned about on turn 3 is like the Flappy Bird, the Pterodactyl. Sorry, my memory is blanking on the actual name. I'm sure it'll come to me. Or Henge Clan Thug is especially popular. And again, this deck, short of except for having Hunter's Mark and then the Candleshot combo, it really doesn't have any good single target removal. So we got kind of lucky there that it was a Stonehill Defender on turn 3 instead of either of those. Either the Henge Clan Thug or the Flappy Bird. So this does set up nicely for us where we were able to get the egg played and then combo it with Play Dead to be able to get the Devilsaur on the board, which we're thinking next turn we're going to be able to use to clear out the Stonehill Defender. And then we also have Terrorscale Stalker to trigger that egg again. So the plan right now is kind of to out-aggro the aggro deck here, which we're able to do. Drawing into Mossy Horror on turn 6 is great, so that we are able to, next turn we're thinking we're probably going to be playing Giggling Inventor, throwing up the 2 taunts with Divine Shield, and then we're going to have Mossy Horror in the back pocket, basically in case of emergency. Again, sorry for the little graphics pop up there. I am recording this on mobile, so any little notifications that pop up, you will see. Now our opponent goes and plays Giggling Inventor now, and so we have kind of a juicy opportunity, having drawn Mossy Horror. Our initial thought is to use it kind of as a defensive tool, but with it in hand now, we can use it as an offensive tool, especially because we have 2 of our own Giggling Inventors in hand. So we can play the Mossy Horror, clear out all those minions, trigger our own Devilsaur Egg, use our Terrorscale Stalker to get rid of SI7 Agent, and then go direct to face with the Devilsaur. Now, one thing that we should have done here is use the Candleshot for the extra 1 damage to face, because that sets us up next turn for lethal with just our minions. I decided I'd kind of thought not to do that this turn, just to save the extra durability on Candleshot. But I think, on review, I think, especially now knowing that our opponent went and played Serenite Chain Gang, it was best, I believe, to play. It would have been best to have done that, just to set our opponent up. It's not always going to work, but you always want to put yourself in a position to win. You know, we had a clear path to victory there. So we go ahead and play Deathstalker Rexxar, deal 2 damage to each of the Serenite Chain Gang. And so this is what I mean when I say that we should have used the extra damage before, because with the 2 damage from the Mossy Horror and then being able to go Candleshot, we would have just won the game right there. This could come back to haunt us. So we definitely kind of made a little bit of a mistake there. But that's the purpose of this series, is to go back and kind of analyze, what we could have done better. To be honest, doing these videos has kind of been my good luck charm. We haven't lost any of the games that I've recorded for this series so far. That's obviously not the case with all games. I wish that I did record every single one, because then I'd never lose. But we were able to skate in this game. With obviously the 2 blink foxes, not really being able to. Our opponent didn't really have an answer. As we go up the ranks, I imagine that mistakes like that will be punished. So we will keep an eye on that in the future. All right, guys. Catch you on the next one.